Hey guys, so this is part 2 of the San Antonio story time. Literally Thursday night I got back, Friday morning I left again. So this time when I went with Cody and her mom, and then when we were coming back we brought back her grandma. Friday we went to Cody's aunt's house and I got to meet Cody's aunt, grandma, her cousin, and her cousin's 3 children. Well, 2 of them because the youngest one was asleep. The oldest and the middle of the second cousins, they didn't really warm up to me. The oldest, she was like giving me like an eye, like, I don't know you. And then the middle child was sitting in the corner. And then I went to go tickle him to get him out of the corner, and then we got him out. I let the 2 bury me in pillows. I was like, you do want to see something funny? And they're like, yeah! So I like flailed out of it and I hurt my back a little bit. And after that, they got warmed up to me and they loved me. Saturday, we went to a whole bunch of stores. Then we met up with Cody's aunt and the rest of them. And we went to Kohl's for 2 hours. The entire time I was playing with the youngest one. When we got there, when we got to their house, we came in and the oldest and the middle ones were playing hide and seek, and then the youngest one was behind some curtains, and he just runs up to me and hugs me. I'm like, oh my gosh! So I pick him up, I hug him, and he was like clung to me the entire day. So when we were at Kohl's, his mom was in the bathroom, like a whole bunch of our group was in the bathroom, so I was watching the youngest one. I was trying to like get him like sit down and play something, so I was like, hey, you want to play this new game I made up? He's like, no. I'm like, come on, it'll be fun. He's like, okay. That's what it's called. And he's like, what? And I'm like, the whooshy whoosh. And he's like, the whooshy whoosh? I'm like, yeah, you wanna know how to play? He's like, yeah. So I'm like holding him in front of me, right? And I'm like, ready? You go, whooshy whoosh. And he goes, whooshy whoosh, whooshy whoosh. And there's a wall right here. And he was moving me so much that I hit the wall in my head. My head hit the wall. See, the wall damaged me. And then he was laughing. I put him down to hold my head, and he ran away laughing. So I pretended to cry and he came over and hugged me. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. And then we went out to eat, and like, technically we went to, I think, Applebee's, and then we were waiting for like a long time. And then we went to Texas Roadhouse, I think, and we would have had to wait the same amount of time, so I went to Chewy's instead. That's the place where the oldest one finally warmed up to me. But then that night we met one of Cody's family friends. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. We had ice cream, so I was nomming away with the ice cream, not even paying attention to them. But I was really sleep deprived that day, so I was extremely tired when we got to the ice cream place. And so that was an extremely weird and hilarious first impression to that dude. And then the next day, which was Sunday, and that was the day of the concert, we met up with 2 more of Cody's and her mom's family friends. We went around the mall, the North Star Mall, and we just like hung out the entire time. And then they were trying to drop us off. And we got in front of AT&T Center, and then it was like the line was going forever. We had like a few minutes until the concert actually started. So they're like, get out and walk across the parking lot. We're like, okay. So we get out, we make sure we have the tickets, and we get out and we walk across the parking lot, and we get there just in time. When we get there, the merch line literally was the longest thing in the world. And so we just found our seats, sat down for the first band, which is Iris, I think? I don't know. But they're pretty good. And then we left, stood in the merch line right after they were done. So during the entire AWOL Nation portion, we were in the merch line. Pro tip, there's always a second merch table. And that one always has more stuff, and the lines are shorter, because you don't see it at first. Literally, you come in through the doors, and it's the first merch table is right there. And you don't even see the second merch table. So always look for a second merch table. Pro tip, always wear earplugs. Because we went there and it was loud as hell. Man, like, I put in the earplugs and I could hear. And then when Fall Out Boy came out, I was like, oh, I'll listen to them without the headphones in. And like, they played, I think, Sugar We're Going Down. And when Patrick started singing, I couldn't hear a word he was saying. It sounded like And I was like, what the hell are you saying? So I put in earplugs and I could hear everything he was saying and singing. What the earplugs do is they cut out all the screaming and the excess speaker sounds, so all you hear really is the band. You hear all the singing and you hear all the instruments as well. At the concert though, we met 2-3 people, or a few other people that were awesome. One of them we were in line with at the merch table. I can't remember her name though because we couldn't really hear it over AWOL Nation. And then after AWOL Nation was done, we sat back down, right? Oh, I forgot to mention at the merch tables, I got 4 shirts and still had about $100 left. So I got 3 shirts, and then after the concert I got a 4th shirt. I met this girl in front of me, like they were playing like music videos up on like this little screen so the people in the balconies could see the concert. The first one was Victorious by Panic at the Disco, right? So I'm like, tonight we are victorious, and I'm just singing and dancing and everything in my chair, and then this girl in front of me turns around and she's like, you are my new favorite person. And I'm like, thank you! So then we just sit there, the next song comes on, I don't even know it. And then her brother was behind us and he said her name, and me and Cody both turned around. And I turned to Cody and I'm like, did you hear Tiana? And she's like, yeah. So I asked the girl in front of me who just said I was her favorite person, I'm like, what's your name? She's like, my name's Tatiana. I'm like, dude, my name's Tiana. And she's like, I get called that all the time. I'm like, same, I get called Tatiana all the time. And she's like, I really don't like it. I'm like, same. And then when the concert, okay, literally, we were in E, I think, before the concert started. When the concert started and the lights went out, we moved to the front. There was like a little area, and then another little area, and then like the edge of the stage. We freaking went up there. We were like, screw our seats, we're going up further. And I'm glad we did that because we got closer, and also Pete, the bassist, he looked in like my general direction. I don't know if he looked at me or in my general direction. And then he threw his guitar pick. And literally, if I would have just reached my arm up and jumped a little bit, I could have grabbed it. But no, my brain was like, ooh, guitar pick, all fudge nuggets. Because then it went behind me, and right as I turned around to go get it and like dive for it, there was an Asian bodyguard. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna kick down. I should have been dancing like I usually do because this little girl, she was jamming out the entire time, and Pete was like, you come here, I'm gonna give you something. He gave her a guitar pick, and I was like, oh, I wish I would have done that. So now I know what to do next time. Or during Save Rock and Roll, they had a tribute to David Bowie. And then at the end of the concert, Pete decided, during Saturday, he went out at the edge where me and Cody were, and he stood on 2 bodyguards, and everyone went, whoo, and like went to him. Me and Cody were literally 5 feet away from Pete frickin' Wentz. Dang it. I should have punched some people and got closer. That wouldn't have ended well. And so, after the concert was done, Cody vlogged a little bit. I was coughing because I was singing the entire time and I was screaming. So, if y'all go over to Cody's channel and see me dying at the end, that's why. That night and the next day, Cody was deaf. Because we were sitting in the car on our way back, and we were asleep. Or me and Cody were asleep at least. And I didn't have my music on. And I woke up, and I was like, I hear Death of a Bachelor. Where's her mom? Oh, I could hear Cody's music clearly while I was asleep. It's the only thing in the car, and you can hear it freaking clearly. After I woke up, I put on my music, because she was still asleep. And then I tried to fall asleep again, and then I woke up again, and I tapped her on the shoulder. I'm like, Cody? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, can you barely hear that? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I can hear it clearly through my freaking headphones. Lost your hearing. She's like, I don't care, I got the full concert experience. I'm like, yeah, well I got the better concert experience and I gotta keep my hearing. The concert was amazing. It was my first ever concert. Now my friend Cheryl wants to take me to Warped Tour this summer in San Antonio. So if some of y'all watch Jacksepticeye, I got the whole whooshy whoosh thing from him, like the saying, but I just made up that little game to get the little second cousin to do something. And that's what I do whenever I watch Jack. Like, when he says, oh, whooshy whoosh, I see him like move, so I go, oh, whooshy whoosh. Plus it was easier to make the little kid go like that than go, thank you, Jack. That was part 2, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please subscribe and please hit the like button. I forgot to say it in the last video, but please go like and subscribe on that one. And leave a comment what y'all did over the spring break on both videos if you want. And I'll see you next time. Bye!